Whoa, that is delicious. Oh, man.
Oh, stop it.
Wow. Now I'm more hungry.
Me too.
I'm Stanley Tucci, and I believe that the best way to understand what makes a country and its people unique is through their food. Okay, mangiamo. And this is true nowhere more than Italy.
This is a secret.
Oh, really? Because it's going to go on television, and then, you know.
Well, I wanted to start. It's a fantastic show. I love shows where you actually get to experience the entire culture, and obviously, I mean, I've read your book as well. And
Yeah.
Food is a big thing in pretty much, you know, a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
So, I guess, what was your favorite part about exploring Italy with the show? And is it easier to be standing in front of the camera or to be one of the amazing characters that we're seeing?
It's much easier just to be an actor than to do this in a way, because you have to be yourself doing doing this. But I think, I don't know, my favorite, you asked me what my favorite part of Italy was?
Of exploring.
Or exploring,
of exploring.
Yeah. It's really meeting the people, and so many of the people, they're so interesting. Like the people in Trentino Alto Adige who all speak like 3 or 4 languages. Like everyone does. Children, everybody does. And it's great. It's so interesting, and the food is so interesting. The climate is so interesting. The topography is so interesting. The political influences, the cultural influences in this tiny region.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. That to me was a revelation.
Is it possible, if you had to pick one dish, Italian, that you would prepare and eat, let's say, for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably lasagna bolognese,
Okay.
because it kind of has everything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Italian culture, and again, I'm going to reference back to your book, because there were so many similar things that I've noticed obviously in that culture and our culture. Like, there was a conversation between your mother and your grandmother where your mother says, "I'll call you tomorrow." And
Oh
she
my
says,
God, yeah.
If I'm alive. My
Yeah, I
grandmother
know.
used to say that
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how did all of these experiences growing up, because you grew up in an Italian family but not in Italy,
Right.
how did they shape your entire view of cuisine and that love for food that you have?
Yeah, but that was where it came from. Everything was about food. You know, my mother was an incredible cook, is still an incredible cook. My grandmother was amazing. My father's family were all great cooks, and Sundays were either a Sunday meal at our house or one of the grandparents' houses. But every night you had a great meal. It wasn't like, oh, tonight you're going to have a sandwich. Like, that never happened. You always had a proper meal. On a Friday, my mother would make pizza, or my father would cook eggs in tomato. But you always had a proper meal. You always sat down at the table together. And it was great, and it completely informed the way I live my life today and the way I raised my children.
Yeah. Are they good cooks?
My son one of my sons is a chef. So he is, yes, he's a good cook. The girls, my daughter's over there right now. Are you a good cook, Isabel?
Hi, Isabel.
She's gotten better, she says. She makes a wonderful chicken piccata,
Okay.
right? Yeah. She's embarrassed.
She
Yeah,
confirmed.
yeah.
No, but I love it. And traveling, going back to the show, is there a particular region that you feel more in touch with their cuisine?
Yeah, maybe. Well, Rome is really interesting because it's very pasta-centric.
Yeah.
Rome kind of has
Cacio e pepe.
everything. Yeah. So, and I love pasta, so that makes me pretty happy. I love Florence because I lived there when I was a kid. But I really found, again, Trentino Alto Adige Trentino Alto Adige, and also Lombardy has really interesting food.
And in terms of characters that you've played, there are some that are very related also to cooking and to food.
Yeah.
Which one comes to mind if I ask you to pick one that's probably...
Well, I think, Big Night, obviously, because I co-wrote it with my cousin, and, we created the characters and everything like that, so that. but also doing Julie and Julia with Meryl playing her husband Paul. That was a great experience, and that was, you know, he was a real gourmand, and he knew about wine. He sort of knew about everything.
Yes, I bet.
Yeah.
And I am sure it was a great privilege to play him. By the way, the other day I saw The Devil Wears Prada, the musical.
Oh, you did? How was
Yes.
it? I haven't seen it.
I actually loved it.
Yeah?
It's strangely enough, I did. Yeah.
Yeah?
I didn't expect to love it as
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah,
I mean, still,
it was good.
it was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And speaking again of food and love for life, and I just admire your attitude. Obviously, I follow you on Instagram, and your videos with Felicity are
Yes, yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
I also love that you not only like food but also a good drink.
Yes.
Which again gives me back
Yes,
to my
right,
own.
right, yeah.
Is there, I guess, a recipe or a character or a destination that you would still like to very much experience?
That I'd like to experience?
Yes.
Yeah, I really want to go. I've never spent time in Scandinavia, so I really want to go to Scandinavia. I don't mean like for a show. I just want to go myself.
You were there for a film, no?
I did a television series called Fortitude about, it was a long time ago now, like 12 years ago or something like that. And that was in Iceland. And
Yes.
I found that, I wrote about it in the book, and I found that like amazing. That was really, really interesting. But I'd love to go to Sweden, Norway, Finland, and Denmark. I've been to Denmark just once very briefly, but I'd really like to explore those areas and that cuisine.
Well, I hope that you do, and
Me
I'm
too.
sure you will.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
It was so nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
you
to
very
meet you
much.
too. Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
In a country I love. Italy.